We welcome you to Patriot Place and a look inside Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
With Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico, and out there is Tyler Luke to get us started. And off we go from Gillette Stadium. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
First play, and May goes to the air. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throwing on third down is May. Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the third play. Picked off by Chidobe Awuzie. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick six and an early touchdown. That is a brutal way to start the game. You're thinking opening drive touchdown. Instead, that third down pick turns into six, Greg.
Yeah, Mike, and every offense all week works on that opening drive. It's such a critical way to get their players and get their offense settled into this game. And as you said, disastrous start, not only turning the ball over, but allowing the defense to capitalize and take it all the way back the other way.
Marcus Jones on the return. The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
We'll go three tight ends here on first and 10. We're going to run, and this is Travion Henderson. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 9. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick six and an early touchdown.
And, Mike, and as bad as things seem, especially after that last play, the key to playing quarterback in this league, if you're going to allow bad plays to lead to more bad plays, you're not going to last very long. So it's the value of, hey, can you win the next play and then the play after that? Those are the guys that really make it in this league, and we're going to get a good test of it right here.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10.
Right, here we go, throw it.
On the ground, it's Henderson to start this drive. He'll manage to lift this forward to the 37. Boye Mafe in on the tackle. Second down, 8 yards to go.
It's second and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's May. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
A gain of 2.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
3rd and 7. Out of the gun, here's May. Now for the 3rd time in the first quarter, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Bateman is the motion man. A first down throw for Jackson. That's taken in. It's Tez Walker. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Catch made there, left side by Walker. And he'll take this one in. Tez Walker. Touchdown, Ravens. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Patriots, nothing. Tyler Loop to kick off for
Now,
Baltimore.
after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. Marcus Jones now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
To throw on 1st down is May. To the left side, he's got Henry. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of
How about 25 yards to start the drive? 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Handoff, and it's Henderson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's May. Open man, Demario Douglas. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards.
Good work after the catch. They gain 19 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
May gonna look to throw. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
12 more yards.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll run. It's Henderson. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
The ball carrier. He's tackled at the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
First carry for Ramondre Stevenson. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off. And there was nowhere for that running back to go.
And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Stevenson is into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. Greg, they get some points here and cut into the lead. I don't know, you've been there. Do you feel the pressure even though it's the 1st quarter, given what the score is?
I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, is you just can't start chasing. You can't come out of your game plan this early here in the 1st quarter. Just keep chipping away, keep putting together good possessions. Now, they find themselves trailing by this much here in the 3rd and 4th quarter. That changes everything.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Carry for King Henry. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Robert Spillane spills him there.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson now. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
1 quarter in the books. It's the Ravens out front. And we're back to Foxborough in a moment. Raven football, quarter number 2 begins as they've got it with 1st and 10. On the handoff, running left is Henry. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
180. 180. Nice shot. 180. Nice shot.
They'll go again here with Henry. And he'll get forward for a couple. Robert Spillane spills him there.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Play action now. Jackson. That's going to be intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
He'll get this out to Henderson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain there of 11. Good for a Patriots first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They run straight ahead with Henderson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
From the gun. On third down, it's May. That one's on target to Williams. He's got it. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll run with Henderson. Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
On second down, it's May. That one, take it in. Touchdown, New England. That is first touchdown this year. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing Jackson. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And it'll lead to a second down.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
Second and 10.
13, ready.
Lamar going to work from the pistol. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Two incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. Open man is beaten. He's got him. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. On the return is Jones. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line.
36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. They'll begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Travis Jones there to bring him down.
7-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is May. He'll spot Henry open downfield. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. They get 16 on that connection. First down, New England.
The 47-yard line.
Throwing is May. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. And it'll bring up 2nd down. To throw is May. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. May to throw again. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Crazy. Here's May again. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
Throw again is May. That's right side and brought in by Williams.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
They're going. It's May. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. Past midfield. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
Tyler Loop to kick off for Baltimore.
Now, after the touchdown, Loop is back out to kick this one away. Jones now on the return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
At their own 25-yard line.
We'll go play action with May. Complete to Henderson.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway.
Hey, report! Shut up!
On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
A loss of 2.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They're going to go right back to Henry. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's third down.
Hey, Alpha, what?
The shotgun, here's Jackson. He finds his receiver, that's Bateman. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. A big play there for Baltimore. 42 yards.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the give, here's Henry. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the Patriots' 14-yard line.
Second and 5. Pistol formation with Jackson. That is caught to the goal line and in. Tez Walker. Touchdown, Ravens. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Jones now on the return. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Once more, it's Henderson. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
What's that?
3rd and short. And here is May. And he's going to have the 1st down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards.
Here goes tonight. Hey, what's that?
On the ground, here is Henderson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4.
Malachi starts on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6.
Here goes tonight.
Working out of the gun, it's May. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Hey, what's that?
Throwing on 3rd down is May. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
A gain of 24
A gain there of 24 yards. Good for a Patriots 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Good fight, man. Where was that? 5.
Off the play fake, here's May. That's caught downfield by Diggs. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. Up the middle, it's Henderson. And the strength on display, rambling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
Taken down at the 10-yard line.
2nd and a yard.
9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From out of the gun, here's May. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
So you're a couple inches away from, instead of celebrating a touchdown with your boys on the sideline, you're trotting back to the huddle with your tail between your legs. And that's the fine line between success and failure in the NFL. And the reality is, he knows it, the sideline knows it, the huddle knows it. At this level, you've got to make that play. And anytime you have a long drive going, you'd hate to have it stall out there. So that's a really nice job up front, making sure that that doesn't happen, and it's going to set up 1st and goal.
That's quickly out to Williams. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
A gain of 8.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, Man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Travion Henderson. Touchdown, Patriots.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and it's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's going to be taken down there as we come to the end of the third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Jackson. Showing off the footwork, sliding down after a gain of 8.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down in the ground.
And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short, Jackson. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. Down the right sideline. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 39 yards.
Think of all the guys that we came in today thinking that this defense could control. This is probably the last guy we would have thought. I mean, but give this defense a lot of credit. They had a plan to take away one of the best options, and they've certainly executed it to perfection.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. This is Henry. Trying to find someplace to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. He's taken down just shy of the 10. They get 18 on that one. Good for a Raven 1st down.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Second down, Jackson. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
This one caught at the 4. And he is very close to the first down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. Oh, and now movement up front, trying to get the defense to jump. One of the offensive linemen moved instead. On 4th down, it's Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. No issues there. This one is good. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Jones now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's May to throw it on 1st down. Working 3 downfield. It is Williams. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 36 yards.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
May now on 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
2nd and 3 at the
A run, and this is Henderson. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
5-yard gain in the play. And the Patriots
operating from the shotgun. It's May. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And he's in! Touchdown, New England.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. Takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
Patriots 28.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Set, punt. Red, 38. Punt, punt.
The defense still has 3 timeouts, and we'll see if they decide to use them here as the offense starts taking a knee. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. They'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. That one good for 26 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Set, ready.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10.
Hut, hut.
Down to a knee here. The defense still has a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they're going to use them.
Down.
2nd and 11.
Yellow, 43. Ready.
The defense can stop it twice more as the kneel down comes.
Ready.
A tough spot here.
45.
3rd
Wide.
and long. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.